What's the difference between Quebec culture and French culture?
Wow.
This is a good one.
I wouldn't know much.
I don't know much either, but there's certainly differences that we can see on campus from French people, different from Quebec people. We don't have the same way of either speaking or acting with other people. I think French people are more like they're really social and they go to other people, whereas Quebec people are like a little bit more introvert.
Yeah.
Not all of them, obviously, but yeah.
I am.
You correct me if I'm wrong here, but it felt like France had a more formal culture than Quebec. It's more, I don't know, it's less formal, a little more informal.
Yeah.
Quebec,
it's with the tu
more comfortable. Yeah.
You don't have to obey a specific standard here. You can say tu or vous when you refer to someone. But in France, you feel like if you refer to someone as tu, they would be, you would feel as if it's like disrespectful.
So we did a summer of research abroad in Paris
Interesting.
this summer. So I got to experience the way that he was treated over there. So it was a bit of
If it's okay, what do you mean the way he was treated?
Well, I mean specifically in Paris, they didn't really respect his accent at all. Yeah. So there's definitely, I don't know, a different flavor in their cultures, for sure.
Would you say that's universal? Like, do other people from Quebec experience that in France? Like,
I mean, for sure other people in Quebec experience that because they have an accent. But I think it's not also related to French culture. It's just, if anything, it's related more to Paris or to Parisian. Some Parisian, maybe I got unlucky in some situations.
Yeah, perhaps.
Like for instance, like people from France, they're a group of like young French men are going to be louder on a street than a group of Quebecois. Because I play soccer with a bunch of French-speaking people from France, and they're generally much more. They say what they're going to say.
I arrived 1 year ago, exactly, like in August.
Quand est-ce que tu arrives à Montréal?
Moi, je suis arrivée en 2018.
Ah, ok.
Puis j'ai fait mon processus d'immigration. Puis maintenant, je suis résidente permanente.
What is the biggest difference between people from Quebec and people from France?
Wow. They are like much nicer. Like here, you don't have like street harassment. That's the biggest point for me, because in France you cannot like walk around in shorts or like in some outfits. You're just bothered from everyone. Like they come and they just ask, hey.
You mean men in particular?
Yeah, men in particular. Like, I don't want to stigmatize, but like people come and they feel free to just come and bother you, and like because you're wearing shorts, they just they think you want something, or they are allowed to come to you, and here this doesn't exist.
Well, for an Anglophone like me, sometimes it can be hard to tell if someone is Quebecois or from France. Mm-hmm. Can you tell? And
just listen to how they speak.
Yeah.
What should you listen for someone who's like new to French?
The accent.
The accent. If you can understand very well what they're saying, they're probably from France.
In English, yeah. Like we're both native like French speakers. And yeah, I think we learned to speak English like pretty early on, especially here. Like in elementary school, we already speak English. And yeah, I really don't know about French, but.
Tu regardes les gens passer dans le parc, puis tu vois de tout le monde. Tout le monde est ouvert, personne critique, personne se regarde mal. Genre c'est juste comme salut, bonne journée. Salut.
Vivre et laisser vivre.
Ouais, par rapport à la France. Genre moi en France personnellement, je me suis fait mal regarder parce que je tenais la main à ma copine dans la rue. Tu sais, genre t'es juste comme, tu peux pas être quitté vraiment.
What do you think is the difference between Quebec and France?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, Quebec is like France's like annoying, trashy downstairs neighbor.
And to be clear, you say this as Quebecois?
Yeah. There's like British people, and then there's like cowboy, Texas, Southern people. We're like the that of France.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the main difference is obviously one is in Europe, one is in Canada. I've heard a lot about like French people, like they don't understand how like here, like how they speak French here compared to France. And I think it's better in Montreal, like better in Quebec.
What makes it better?
The people are nicer here because I heard like French people like in Paris are actually like kind of stuck up.
So I came here and it was cheap because the government subsidizes for people to learn French here, and France doesn't do that. So that's one difference, and another difference is the accent. I started to get like a Quebecois accent when I speak French, and when I speak to my like any French friends from like France, they make fun of it.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose, petit ou grand, que tu préférais de France, de Québec?
Tu sais ce qu'on va répondre.
Quoi, la fromage?
Non, ouais, bah, le fromage, oui, mais la température.
Ah.
C'est fou, il fait trop froid ici.
Moi j'aime le froid, ça dépend du moment.
Non mais moins 40.
Ouais, mais j'assume, c'est comme
l'excès.
t'es là et puis tu le vis ton moins 40. Moi t'as toutes les saisons, moi j'aime ça. Ce que j'aime pas de Montréal par contre c'est les routes. Quand l'hiver est fini, t'as tous les nids de poules, puis en voiture c'est juste, ça marche pas.
Et les écureuils qui te harcèlent dans les parcs.
Ouais, c'est ça. Qu'est-ce que c'est les plus grandes différences entre Québec et France?
Bah, c'est clairement la mentalité des gens. À Montréal, en tout cas, les gens sont comme vraiment plus chaleureux directement, comparé à là où j'habitais en France, dans le sud de la France. Les gens sont vraiment comme hautains. Ils veulent juste montrer qu'ils ont beaucoup d'argent.
Autant c'est comme superficial?
They're bragging a lot.
Ah, c'est ça. C'est pas comme ça à Montréal?
Non. Les gens sont plus naturels ici. Tu peux parler à tout le monde sans problème. Là-bas, il y a vraiment des classes sociales qui sont définies.
Ouais.
Ça, j'aime pas trop. C'est pour ça que je préfère ici. C'est pour ça que j'ai déménagé ici.
What's one thing you think France does better?
I mean, wine is cheaper in France. Cheese is
they
cheaper
do wine
in
better.
France.
Yeah, they do alcohol better.
They do alcohol better, yeah.
On the other hand, est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose que vous pensez meilleur à France qu'ici?
Bah, la France, c'est vraiment juste pour les vacances que j'aime ça. Parce que là-bas, j'ai vraiment la plage, la vraie plage, la Méditerranée. Tu peux faire du ski, tu peux tout faire là-bas. Alors qu'ici, les paysages, c'est plat, ou sinon, c'est pas très varié ici, les paysages, je trouve. La France est un beau pays, mais le point négatif, c'est les gens, en général.
J'aime aussi la diversité qu'on a ici sur l'île de Montréal, qu'il n'y a pas nécessairement dans tous les pays au monde et qu'il n'y a pas nécessairement dans toutes les villes au Québec. Puis l'ouverture d'esprit à Montréal, je pense que c'est l'endroit le mieux où j'ai vécu.
Wow.
Ouais.
Je peux mettre du vernis sans me faire juger.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Ah, c'est ça.
C'est ça.
En France, les gens, ils m'insulteraient là.
Ah ouais?
Ouais.
Wow.
C'est très difficile à dire c'est quoi la différence, je dirais, entre les Français et les Québécois. C'est deux mondes complètement différents. Depuis les centaines d'années qui nous séparent, mais chacun a pu évoluer en tant que population à sa juste personnalité. Ce que je peux savoir, la différence, ce que moi les Français me disent, parce que moi j'ai jamais été en France, mais ce que je peux comprendre des Français, qu'est-ce qu'ils me disent du Québec, c'est qu'on est vraiment des personnes beaucoup plus gentilles en général, avec peut-être un peu plus de respect pour les autres. Et en France, les gens sont beaucoup plus habitués de se confronter. Ici, les gens ne sont pas habitués à la confrontation.
What's the difference between Quebec culture and culture from France?
Yeah, I feel like France has kind of like France and Quebec, they kind of like, so though they have like same roots, they kind of like diverge into different paths. I feel like Quebec is more like Americanized than say France. And yeah, even the language is different, the food is different, everything is different.
I know this is hard. Of course, you're a student, you're coming from India. Do you think you could tell if someone is from France or Quebec
No, that's really difficult because people, like for me, people speak French, and so it's hard to differentiate Quebec French, say, from French French. I mean, if you ask me the difference between, say, Pondicherry, which is like a former French colony in India, and Quebec, it's very different because...
Wait, what's the name again?
Pondicherry.
It's a French colony in India. I had no idea.
It used to be a French colony, but right now it's like an Indian Union territory. It's a part of India.
Wow.
But it used to be a French colony, and it's like near to my city. Like I'm from Chennai, so Chennai is like a British stronghold. It used to be a British stronghold, and near to it is Pondicherry, which is like the French stronghold. And so they always have fights over there. And right now,
put the English and French anywhere, they will fight.
Fight everywhere. Yeah.
Qu'est-ce que c'est la différence entre la France et Québec?
Il y en a beaucoup. Beaucoup de différences.
Ouais.
Ben, c'est l'Amérique du Nord. Alors, tout ce qui est nord-américain est différent de ce qui est européen. Moi, je dirais plus qu'est-ce qui nous reste de la France.
I mean, I arrived just yesterday, but people tend to be more kind here, more helpful. I don't know, it's more chill. It's like people in France are often stressed. I don't know, it's very tired.
Where in France are you from?
I used to live in Bordeaux, but I left 2 days ago. So.
Okay. Now you're here to stay?
No, I'm just traveling. Canada, US, and Mexico.
Il y a beaucoup de créativité à Montréal. Il y a beaucoup d'artistes, parce qu'il y a un jointement de deux cultures, ben peut-être, là, parce que c'est un jointement de deux cultures, puis on se sent plus libre à ce moment-là. On est moins contingent, on est moins encarcané par un style. On peut comme ouvrir nos styles, puis imaginer quelque chose, parce qu'on a deux cultures. Le français qui apporte quand même une tournure d'esprit différente, puis l'anglophone qui est plus, je dirais, je sais pas, peut-être, moi c'est une idée que je me fais, peut-être un peu plus rationnelle, un plus money thinker, puis la France qui est culture, joie de vivre.
Ah, c'est intéressant. Donc, anglais, c'est comme capitalisme et France, c'est comme la culture.
Vraiment, mais tu sais, dans la France, il y a tellement de bons restaurants à Montréal. D'après moi, ça, c'est l'influence européenne parce que la nourriture ici, c'est important. Là. Les Québécois se rassemblent puis on partage nos recettes.
So, I've interviewed a few people from France who moved to Quebec. Lots of them are saying things they don't like about France, but I'm trying to get some good things too. Is there something you love about your country? Something you're proud to be French?
It seems cliché, but the food and the culture. I mean, food are very great in France, and we have a lot of historical building, long history of the country. So it's probably the greatest part of France for me.
Yeah.
And also the countries, there is a lot of beautiful places, like Azure Coast, Nice, and that kind of stuff. Biarritz, Paris also, of course. Voilà.
Thanks for the interview.
Good luck.
Et bienvenue à Québec.